They say not everyone who wants better is ready for better, and not everyone who loves you will look impressive to the world. This is the story of Shanique Brown, a young woman from the ghetto of Kingston who wanted to shine so badly she mistook attention for love. Every morning, before the sun fully rose, Shanique walked into Coronation Market. Fruit tray balanced on her head, hands already sticky with juice, dress simple, shoes worn thin. She worked hard, harder than most people noticed. But every day, girls her age passed by laughing, lace wigs flawless, nails long, clothes hugging their bodies like confidence itself. Shanique would look down at her cracked phone and whisper quietly, "One day." She didn't hate them. She just hated how small she felt beside them. Everyone in the community knew Razor. His motorbike announced him before his voice ever did. Money followed him. Fear respected him. His women were always flashy. Loud laughter, expensive wigs, bold colors. Razor noticed Shanique because she was different. "You're too pretty for live small," he told her once. She smiled politely, but her heart tightened. She had watched how his women ended. Bright today replaced tomorrow. So she kept her distance. Then there was Andre. Officer Andre Williams bought fruit from her every Friday. Exact change, calm voice, and respectful eyes. One rainy evening, he offered her a ride home. Love didn't rush them. It walked. No clubs, no noise, just peace. Andre moved Shanique into his modest apartment, paid bills without complaint, and encouraged her dreams. "Save," he told her. "We will build something just for you, baby." Shanique nodded. But when she stood in front of the mirror at night, she still didn't feel enough. When Andre gave her money to start a small business, Shanique walked into boutiques instead. Lace wigs, designer clothes, heels she barely knew how to walk in. All of a sudden, Razor started to notice. Compliments came fast and attention came loud. Andre noticed too. She kept late nights, there was an increasing distance, and the way she suddenly looked embarrassed standing next to him in his uniform. One night, she said it softly but firmly. "You're too simple for me now, Andre. Me need to move on." Shanique left Andre wearing everything she once envied. Life with Razor was loud and fun. Clubs, cameras, eyes everywhere. But love soon turned into control. Outfits chosen for her, her phone checked every day, friends reduced. She wasn't special. She was current, and current always fades. One night, Razor brought another girl home. She was younger, flashier, new. He didn't explain. He never had to. Shanique stood frozen, handbag tight in her hand, watching laughter that no longer included her. Back in the community, the talk had started. "Pretty can't pay a piece." Standing alone in front of the mirror, makeup half wiped, she finally admitted the truth she had been avoiding. "I never wanted the Don. I just didn't want to feel small." At dawn, Shanique returned to Coronation Market. No lace wig, hair tied back, hands trembling as she lifted the fruit tray again. The weight burned her shoulders. Her pride burned even worse. But this pain felt honest. Razor passed by once more and offered her space again. This time, she said no, and she meant it. Later that evening, she unblocked Andre's number. She typed, deleted, typed again. "I wrong. I understand if you never want to hear from me again." She sent the message. No reply came. Months had passed. Not the kind that announce themselves with change, but the quiet kind that teach you how to live with your decisions. Shanique kept working, saving slowly. learning to sit with silence instead of running from it. One Sunday morning, as the city stirred awake, she walked past a small church on her way home from the market. The doors were open and music spilled into the street. Not loud, not showy, just steady. She slowed her steps and then she saw him. Andre, standing at the altar. Clean suit, calm face, the same quiet steadiness she once mistook for too simple. Beside him stood another woman. She had a natural smile, no loud glamour, just peace in the way she stood, like someone who didn't need to prove anything. The congregation smiled with them. This wasn't performance. This was foundation. Shanique stopped walking. The bells rang, not to punish her, but to remind her. She didn't cry, she didn't interrupt. She didn't curse fate or blame timing. She just stood there, fruit money still folded in her hand, and let the truth land fully. Andre didn't even look outside, and that hurt more than if he had, because it meant he was happy without looking back. Shanique felt it then. Not jealousy, anger, but understanding. Some people are lessons, some people are lifetimes, and confusing the two is how you lose both. She stepped away from the church quietly. No one noticed, no one needed to, and she walked on. She whispered, not bitter, not broken. He found peace. And for the first time, she didn't feel entitled to be a part of it. That day, Shanique didn't feel small. She felt accountable. She realized growth doesn't always reward you with what you lost. Sometimes it rewards you by making sure you don't lose yourself again. The bells faded behind her. The street opened ahead. And though the future didn't sparkle, it felt honest, and honest was finally enough. Why, people, this story is about teaching you that some doors don't close to hurt you. Some doors, they close to teach you which rooms you were never meant to decorate. And sometimes when we push ahead of what our fate has in store for us, we create more damage to ourselves than ever before. Lots of times we see people running down riches and they will do anything, even sell their soul for $1. And in the end, they lose their happiness, their joy. It also teaches us that redemption doesn't arrive with applause. It arrives with responsibility. And that a man who builds you may not necessarily excite the crowd. But a man who only displays you will discard you when the shine fades. Status attracts attention, but stability attracts peace. And peace is always worth more than material things. If you have enjoyed this episode of Twisted Tales with Kay, please do not forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. And of course, tell a friend to tell a friend. Head on over to this channel and click that bell. So every time I drop a new Twisted Tale, you are notified. This is your girl Kay. Bye.